Welcome back, racers, to Gran Turismo and a circuit experience around Goodwood. Every Monday we will be attacking a different track, and today it is Goodwood, as I've said already, and we are in the Aston Martin GR4 racing car. Now obviously I'm not the fastest racer on the game, but I am getting up there and I do know a thing or two, so hopefully it will help you out in your quest to get a little bit faster as well. If you do feel like you know more than me and you can help me be faster, which will then help everyone be faster, put any knowledge or tidbits in the comments section below. So with that being said, let's crack on. If you do enjoy the video, please give it a like, it helps me out a lot. And if you are new, consider hitting that subscribe button for more videos like this as well. So, circuit experience, learn about braking points and driving lines in more detail, track by track. So the first turn here, Madgwick at Goodwood Motor Circuit, very fast, very awkward double apexed right-hander that is very easy to get wrong and easy to understeer out onto the left, finding yourself in a lot of trouble. So first of all, we are going to try it with 3 TCS, so traction control system on, just so we can see the difference between having traction control on and traction control off. So this first time then, traction control system is working overtime, as you can see it blink in red as we went around the apex of that first corner. And there we go, 3 traction control on, and it's at a 16.848. as the fastest I went with traction control system turned on to 3. So here we go then with traction control turned off. Also I put it to the front on the brake bias. I'm not sure if that was fast, I was just playing around with it, but here we go as we brake just after the 50 board and start turning in as well as we move towards the apex, feathering the throttle, not on full power just yet, gonna let it coast just a little bit around and then on the full power, moving over to the left then, using all of the track width as possible and changing up to 5th gear around 120 miles per hour. That's gonna be a 16.731, so I took a little bit of time off it. That's as fast as I could go. Spent around 20 minutes on each section of the track. So here we go, turn 2, Ford Water to turn 5, Lavant Corner. Let's see how we do with 3 TCS. Goodwood then, one of these tracks that really favours the bold and the brave when accelerating through a corner. The earlier you can get on the power, the better. But there is so much runoff on this Goodwood track, especially this left-hander here. You get on the power too early, you can be gone in that field and you can spend the rest of your life farming for wheat. But this section pretty difficult, as we see a big slide there. Traction control system not really helping us out when trying to get out of that corner. Coming up to the finish mark then, what's it going to be? A 34.878. So not the cleanest section, but it just goes to show how easy it is to get a gold in the circuit experiences. Really wish they would make them a little bit harder, as we are flat out linking up with that apex. There's no point in giving a foot, 2 foot away from the apex. They're just going to lose yourself a couple of thousandths of seconds. And now this pretty difficult corner here, just tapping the brakes here, and we're going to shift down to 5th gear as well, making sure we turn in nice and early and not running wide, making sure we're taking a lot of curb as well. The more curb the better. Don't run 2 wheels onto the grass or you will receive a penalty. And because we kept it narrow there, we are closer to the right hand side of the track right now, which gives us a better angle of entry into this left-hander here. Once again, taking quite a lot of the curb to make sure we get that straighter line out of the corner. Make sure we don't get on the power too soon, otherwise we will run off into that grass on the right. This corner very, very tricky, not really any braking markers at all, so about this far away from the corner, I guess. I don't really know, but you have to really be patient with the power. Now, just as we go past the curb, now we can start accelerating on the power. The earlier we can get on the power, the better, as I've said before. And it's going to be a straight drag all the way up this back straight. And what's it going to be? A 34.046, so a couple of tenths gained on the traction control system section. The final sector then has the dreaded chicane of death. We saw it quite a bit in the daily races when it first came out, that a lot of people got claimed by the chicane, and it is very, very difficult to get right. As we jump on board with the sector run with 3 TCS, as you'll see when we come through the chicane how much the traction control system actually affects the acceleration out of corners. As you can see, it's flashing like crazy as we come through that right-hander. And as we come through the chicane of death, look at the acceleration marker down on the right of the vehicle. You see the red there indicating how much the TCS is affecting the actual acceleration of the car. Takes a lot out of it, but that is going to be a 28.248. And how much can we take off of it with no traction control system? Still on 1 click to the rear on the brake bias. What are we going to be able to do here as we come up to a tricky double right-hander, trying to attack it with a bit of trail braking just where the grass meets the tarmac on the left. And as we come in here, we are going to turn towards the apex of the corner while braking, now lifting off the brake and coasting just to let the car rotate on its own, feathering the throttle and then on the power as soon as possible. Then braking as soon as we go past the 2 marshals on the left there. We're going to turn in and aim our car at the first apex, and as soon as we're past that, we will flick the car over to the left and aim at the second apex, getting on the power just as we pass it. Otherwise we will run wide and into the tyre wall on the right there. What's it going to be? A 27.954. This is definitely my slowest section of the track. As we do come onto the final lap then, what can we do? I have already set a 1:14.561, and that was with the traction control system on 3 ticks, so we should be much faster running no traction control at all. First sector then going pretty well, linking up with that apex as well as we come into another tricky part here. I did spend around an hour and 20 minutes on this circuit experience. Tried to go with 20 minutes on each section to give it a proper go. Couple of laps with traction control system on, couple of laps with the traction control system off, so I could get a good average read of what it felt like for both being on and off, and really to see how much it really does change the end time. So a 1:14.561, let's see how much it takes off. The main thing I'm taking away from this session myself is just to put in the time, to put in the practice. I said before I put in about an hour and 20 minutes on this circuit experience myself, and I probably took off 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds off my initial starter time. So practice makes perfect, kids. Get out there and put in some time on the track. As we come across then with a 1:14.280, so that's around 3/10 quicker than my original time with TCS on as well. As we have a flick to the friends ranking there, in 6th place, a lot of fast boys in front of us, unfazed at the top, actually in the top 10 stars as well. I would love for you guys to give this a go yourself and let me know your times. So either let me know in the comments section below what times you got, or add my gamer profile Jev_James. And another good thing about these circuit experiences is that you get a free car with every one that you complete, as well as a big sum of money. This circuit experience got me about 200,000 credits as well. So a Volkswagen 1200 there for free, as well as a bit of money, cannot be too bad. As that is going to round out our first circuit experience video, I really hope you enjoyed and took something away from any pointers that I brought up during that video. But for now, thank you for watching, liking and subscribing as always. If you have any requests of what track you want to see next, again in the comments section below. But for now, we'll see you in the next one.